Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a very smart man. Very smart. If not be say we are in Zoological Republic of Nigeria, this guy would have been out a long time ago. Or the very smart. Remember that his lawyers, the ones that he sacked, they have been clamoring, asking that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be transferred from the DSS facility to prison facility. Say now where he's supposed to be. Which I'm saying you carry person lock up for DSS. He doesn't have access to his lawyers. If he's having conversation with his lawyers, una put gadgets everywhere to be if it's dropping. If it's dropping kind of to be listening to their conversation. Gadgets are everywhere. He cannot have, a confidential time with his lawyers. So una go dey monitor everything with him they do so that una go know una go take attacker for court. That is the DSS facility. So they have been saying transfer him to prison. They say no. So you no go prison. So you go to that DSS. DSS, in the other hand, they are making money for themselves. I heard that for every appearance, for every time they bring Nnamdi Kanu to court, budget to bring Nnamdi Kanu to court by the DSS is 500 million. I hear that. So now 500 million they bring them to court every time when they want to come court. The budget to bring, I beg, she not this Nnamdi Kanu, I be another person. When they carry that kind of money, carry come court. Is Nnamdi Kanu or Osama bin Laden or Saddam Hussein? That you need 500 million to bring him to court. They are also benefiting. So left for DSS, that guy never come out from their custody. He go did there. Because they know as they think they do that collaborate with government. 500 million for every appearance. It's alright. They have been clamoring, say, bring him, come out from that DSS, carry him, come out, put him for prison. So we can have access to him and then know how to prepare our case. But they say no. Now with the recent move when Nnamdi Kanu do, the court will have no other option than to grant him that wish. Say he's sacking lawyers now, say he won't defend himself. Everything that will enable him to defend himself must be made available to him, including making him have access to his witnesses, of which he has named them high-profile witnesses. He must cross-examine them, interact. That cannot happen in the DSS custody because DSS don't allow people to enter there. Unless DSS want to bend their rule to allow people to come in. And Nnamdi Kanu will have a session with them. Nobody that's how they talk too much. Make her give him a renowned lawyer. Very, very sound. Sam Ahmadi. I name that. Make her hear as he take his medicine. Say Nnamdi Kanu. They must give him all that is required for him to defend himself. Constitutional. That is the right thing to do. Watch good video.
Cannot even enter a defense would still require the government to prove the case. The other point is that the court has to ensure that he gets the facility he needs for self-defense. So this is where it becomes tricky. You have to ensure, if you want to call witnesses to do pre-trial briefing, you have to allow those witnesses to meet with him. If, for example, so the fact that he's detained in DSS complicates the matter because of the way DSS runs their detention. Yes,
the lawyers have often complained about that, lack of access, to their
So the judge has to ensure, right now, the trial has to be fair and free. And the judge is the one who has to protect that freeness and fairness of trial. He has to do that by two ways. First, ensure that this accused person understands what he's going to do, that he's got to defend himself. Two, provide him all the facilities. He's talking about case file. Assuming he wants to consult some books, assuming he wants to consult some of his witnesses, want to put them on the things that lawyers will do in their chamber. They bring the witnesses, hear their story, go through them, decide which witness is good enough. Kanu will now do it for himself. And so the restrictions of that DSS has to no longer work. And maybe this is where the judge might not say, you know what, I take authority and remand this person in prison custody, where there's a structured way the prison allows for visits, provides for all those facilities. The DSS is not a prison facility. I think that is very clear. And that's why you see the lawyers complain they have no access. So the judge has a responsibility now and duty to ensure that this accused person, who is now his own defense attorney, so to say, has to be treated as someone who is preparing for a trial. When the lawyers are there, the guy could be put on chains and clamped away. The lawyers will be busy getting the job done. They go to court. But now that he's going to be his own lawyer, he needs the body presence, mental presence, he needs the liberty and the facility to prepare. So the judge is now under the spotlight. Whether he will afford this guy, I mean, the prosecution says 6 days. That doesn't really work. There's no way a known lawyer who has to go through this trial, get briefed by his former lawyers, get the files, will put up a defense in 6 months. That's going to happen. So we're going to see inevitably that the judge will bend backward, give him time, and also more importantly, allow the DSS has to be under obligation now to allow him to meet with his witnesses, interview those witnesses, because that's what it means to defend yourself. And the law doesn't care whether you're a lawyer or not. You say, look, you must have fair trial, adequate facility to defend yourself, including resources, time, consultation. So this is a curveball of a sort. It complicates the procedure.
You hear him? Everything that will enable him to defend his case file, access to his witnesses, and everything that will enable him, all the resources, everything that will enable him to defend himself, he will make it available. He can make it available. Yes, that's correct. So that they are plead now that remove him from DSS, take him to prison, make it that they go answer him. No. Now they go answer him. If that judge now where they handle this case no answer this particular prayer, because now one way the judge must do, he must make sure that Nnamdi Kanu have unrestricted access to his witnesses to defend himself. Because now no be lawyers now they go arrange for those witnesses, may they talk to them, cross-examine them, or do anything before they come to court. So Nnamdi Kanu is not the one defending himself. So he must have unrestricted access to his witnesses, unrestricted access to anything that would make him, defend himself effectively according to law. Let's keep watching, unless DSS is ready to bend their rule to allow him welcome visitors, unless that he must be transferred to the prison facility. What is he doing in DSS? Everybody's making money off of Nnamdi Kanu. Earlier on at DSS, every appearance 500 million. To bring who? This one. I will remain anywhere. He's a smart guy. The way the guy does the following kid, when I go say he doesn't even want to leave detention, that guy is systematic. He knows what he's doing. Make he reach that time and make all these witnesses where they supposed to come. Court no compel them to come. That means he doesn't have any case to answer. When you go to the court, we can reason person will come. Forget say you do interview, say if they subpoena him, you go come. We cannot be like who go come that court. I've been at the Attorney General at that time. Malami go come court. They will compare them, but in Nigeria we dey. They will always find a way around it. So if they do not appear, that means there is no case against Nnamdi Kanu. Get it? The guy is smart. Let us see how all of this will span out. I go soon later beg.
For over a decade, this has been the birthplace of innovation. Innocent Vehicles is a testament to resilience, employing international best practices to create more than just a car. Every vehicle here tells a story of durability, fuel economy and safety. Crafted with the African spirit, the Nigerian heart. These vehicles surrounding me embody the unique concept of regionalization, each one designed to cater to the tastes and preferences of our people. From the streets in Nigeria to the terrains of the Sahara, these vehicles are designed for our roads, for our people. This is more than a vehicle. It's a symbol of our progress, our resilience, our collective success story. Your feedback drives us to continuously innovate and improve. Innocent Vehicle, the pride of African roads.